Hi everybody. So tonight I wanted to share a video on self-love. What is it, and how can I love myself? I won't be able to cover everything in this video because it is a pretty large topic, but I'm kind of just going to give you a summary, and I hope that there are a couple pieces that you can take out there for yourself and that will help you immediately to transform your life and reach happiness in each aspect and every aspect in your life. Because I do believe that self-love is the stepping stone to happiness. And happiness, in my words explained, is the love to life. It's how much love you experience of being alive and living your life. Okay, so that's happiness for me, and it's for each and all of us. It's the ultimate goal we have. It's the best gift that we can receive. So that's something we strive for on a daily basis, but often we don't know how can we become happy if there are certain things in our lives that aren't working out, that aren't in our favors. We might be in a bad situation. We might, we feel like there are bigger problems and our happiness is far away, and often we don't know the solution to it. So the solution to it is really self-love. And I will put it this way in my words. Self-love is the awakening, the conscious awakening, and your self-realization, okay, of your existence. For me, this is enlightenment, okay? This is your own enlightenment. This is you realizing that you are a spiritual being, that you are a divine being, that you are more than your problems, that you are more than your struggles, that you have your divine being inside of yourself and you have access to it. I call it the higher self. And you make a choice. So by opening up to self-love, you choose to become your higher self, and you choose to listen to your higher self. So now you might ask, I don't know where my higher self is. I don't know, how I can access it, all of that. It's inside of you, and it's a voice inside of you that probably speaks to you super clearly at all times. So the higher self is your should voice, but in a positive way. So for example, if you're in a bad relationship with another person, your higher self knows that. You know that you're in a relationship where your partner doesn't love you. And as much as you're trying to hold on maybe to this kind of relationship for whatever attachment reasons that you have, most of the time we hold on to something, or we don't make a change where we know we need to change for two reasons. One being comfort. That especially happens in habits, because we've trained ourselves to lifelong have a certain emotional response. For example, an unhealthy relationship with eating, or this can be drugs, or this can be smoking, whatever it is, we get comfortable using our bad habit. Or fear, and that can, for example, be if you're in a situation like you hate your job or you're in a bad relationship, that you fear leaving. And that I also want to touch on quickly, because fear is really just an illusion. It's you painting a negative outcome for yourself already in advance that doesn't even exist yet. But on the other side of fear is trust, and that's your higher self that wants to trust. It wants to trust you. It wants to trust the universe. It wants to trust in positivity, and it wants to trust in a positive outlook. So again, fear is an illusion. You can easily trade it in with trust. And once you trade it in for trust, you will see that you are committed to trusting yourself. You are committed to trusting, to creating a better future and getting into a better situation, because you're already in a really bad situation. So only through trust you can really get out of it. The fear will keep you stuck. And same with the comfort. The comfort will keep you stuck. And self-love is all about growth. It's your own healing. It's becoming aware of your own healing. It's making conscious decisions for your own healing to take place. And the old self, you might have left a lot of this already go. Maybe you are already on the journey of self-love. But your old self, that I call the ego, it's our identity, our social identity. How we identify ourselves, how we explain ourselves, oh, I'm a mother, I'm 33 years old, I'm married, it's all those little labels that becomes our identity, and that's our ego. Your ego does not know how to deal with pain or with suffering. And so what happened is it tries to keep us small, and it actually tries to hurt us more. We look for short-term pleasures to take away a certain pain we try to cover up, and we don't know how to heal, which our higher self is the answer to that. Our higher self knows how to heal ourselves, okay? But it takes the courage, it takes the discipline, it takes all those steps, and it takes you to listen to your higher self, and in the end to yourself, to make those decisions for a greater benefit for yourself and for your own growth and for your own self-love. So your ego basically, let's say a painful event happened in your life, or even alone just the upbringing of you, and we started to experience some type of suffering. That can alone just be the feeling that we maybe never felt enough. Maybe our parents didn't have enough time. It doesn't have to be a really crazy event. I mean, some people, yes, they have to deal with abuse, they have to deal with loss, they have to deal with all really traumatizing experiences from young on. But some of us just, even don't get the attention when we grow up, and that is enough to cause a deep suffering inside of ourselves. And if we obviously don't love ourselves, then we struggle overcoming this feeling, and we make it worse because we have this lingering of negative emotion in our lives, and we don't know how to deal with it and what to do about it. And so we look for short little fixes. We look for little pleasures to ignore that kind of feeling, and that can be any bad habits. That can be any distraction, whatever it is, but it's not working in your best interest for your growth. And once you choose to love yourself, you consciously choose to become aware of what is your healing, where can you grow, right? You allow yourself to grow, you push yourself to grow, and you take responsibility of your life, and you take responsibility of your choices. So you choose to begin feeling the pain, but not becoming a victim, letting go of being a victim, because you have the power to start new. And you make choices, and you listen to your higher self. And so you choose on that path, loving yourself, and it's so many aspects, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up exercising, you're going to end up eating well, you're going to end up, more and more, you're going to get out of your bad situations, you're going to convert all your bad habits into positive habits little by little, and more you become you. And more you realize that you have a purpose. Just alone your existence is a purpose, to be alive. And your commitment to your growth and your healing, that is your purpose. You have to commit to yourself and to your life, and in the end to your happiness. It's you who is the creator of that, and not the circumstances around you. So don't give the power anymore to the circumstances. Start nourishing yourself. And you will see that this will transform every aspect in your life, even relationships. Because many of us, if we are in a bad relationship, what happens is our cup is empty. We don't have that self-love. And so we search again for this pleasure, for this quick fix, for somebody else to give us what we can't create for ourselves. So our energy is attracting another person that has also an empty cup and that also has a lack of self-love. And so when two energies come together, of course it explodes. I mean, if it's positive or negative energy, it comes together and it gets more strong because now there's two of you, two of your energies. And if you combine two energies that have a lack of self-love, I mean, yes, that's why a relationship is really, really bad because you're bouncing back, that lack of love, and like this party is trying to become that love, and this party is trying to become the love, but both of them can't create it. And so this causes a lot of anger and friction and frustration and all of the things that happen in, of course, a bad relationship. So before you go out there and you search for somebody else to give you that love or something else to give you that love, start filling up your own cup every day, drop by drop. Self-love is a journey for life. It's not something that just stops one day to the other, because you constantly need to act and become and live in your higher self. But the wonderful thing is that it gets easier and easier and better and more enjoyable. There might, once you see really the effects, that's when really the fun part comes in and the loving part, and it's not anymore that hard. In the beginning it might be hard because you have to let go of you have to overcome the fear factor, you have to overcome the comfort factor, and it's going to require discipline, and it's going to require your awareness. You're taking a big stepping stone, but once you take the first stepping stone, you will see what a relief you will have once you have a bad habit that's gone, once you converted it into a good habit. You will see once you're out of a job you can't stand or a relationship you can't stand, you will start harvesting all the rewards from that. Of course, shifting into this new being, shifting into this new you is in the beginning a little bit more challenging. But I can tell you, once you overcome more and more successes and you start harvesting that self-love, you will see that there's less, your mind will less ask you, oh, I should do this, oh, I should do that, oh, because you're not ignoring yourself anymore. You started listening to yourself. You started paying attention to yourself and to your higher self. So it's not going to be bugging you all day anymore, because you get up and you treat yourself well. And you make sure you're happy and healthy, and you are happy. So less and less will be those shoulds, but more and more you will get into your purpose, and more you will get passionate, and more you will harvest exactly those fruits, exactly that love and that healing that you have been searching for. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate if you could share this video with other people that you believe are in the same boat, because right now each and one of us is going through the same thing as a human collective consciousness. We are all realizing that we have been having feelings of not feeling enough, and many of us growing up with the feeling of not being enough or feeling enough and not having that validation in society. And so one by one we are awakening. This is our enlightenment that we as humans need, not just for ourselves, for our future, but also the way we treat the planet and the way we treat others. So share this video, let the love go around. It's all about us helping each other to wake up consciously, step by step and slowly, so we can create love and happiness in this planet. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great night.